Good Monday morning, everyone. This is an update on Tropical Storm Elsa, actually, and some of the other guidance and things that we're looking at for the rest of the week ahead here. This is an updated video forecast discussion, the second one this morning on the 5th of July, 2021 for GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. Now, when we look at Elsa, it is definitely gaining strength here. We can see convection on the northeast and east side here, and there's better convection now centered just about where the low-level center is located here. So this is definitely strengthening tropical storm here as it makes its approach into Cuba. The latest on this has the center fixed just off the coast here, and it will be moving in shortly. It's already producing strong winds, heavy rain, and flooding across this region. This is the National Hurricane Center's chart. As of 8 o'clock this morning, it is located about 21.4 north, 80.7 west. Sustained winds still at about 65 miles an hour. Its movement to the northwest at about 14 miles per hour. So it's moving a little bit quicker than it had been, but then again, it had slowed up quite a bit over the last couple of days. And I want to see if we can get out of this now and get back into here. There is some new aircraft. NOAA mission number 11 into Elsa this morning. It is bearing in on this storm center here right now, and it's showing the full mission winds here, flight level winds here. And they're very strong here on the northeast and east side of the storm as the Hurricane Hunter plane NOAA Mission 11 continues to dive into the storm. They put more drop zones here around the center of the storm on the northeast, southeast side, and also on the west and northwest side of the storm. Now, the National Hurricane Center has Tropical Storm Elsa advisory as of 8 a.m. this morning. Again, it's about 85 miles east-southeast of Cayo Largo, Cuba, about that's 55 miles, okay, and 165 miles southeast of Havana. Maximum winds still remain at about 65 miles per hour. Central pressure is 29.71 inches, so that's come down a little bit. Present movement is towards the northwest at about 14 miles per hour. Wanted to get into the discussion here. It says Elsa appears to be holding steady in strength while moving just south of central Cuba. The radar data from Cuba and satellite images show a persistent area of deep convection over the center, as I mentioned, and some banding features, especially on the south side of the circulation. The latest ASCAT pass from around 0130Z this morning indicates that Elsa was a compact system with tropical storm force winds mostly confined to the region within about 60 nautical miles east of the center. Peak winds in the pass were about 50 knots in the northeastern quadrant, and given the small size of the cyclone and somewhat coarse resolution of the ASCAT data, it seems very reasonable that Elsa has an initial intensity of around 55 knots, and this intensity estimate is also in line with the latest Dvorak classifications. The NOAA Hurricane Hunters will be investigating Elsa again shortly, and the data from the plane collects will be valuable in assessing the storm's intensity and wind field. And as we mentioned, that is ongoing right now. Once again, the key messages on Tropical Storm Elsa from the National Hurricane Center is heavy rain impacting the Cayman Islands and Cuba, resulting in significant flooding, mudslides over that area. Elsa approaches the Florida Keys and coastal Georgia this evening through Wednesday with heavy rainfall may result in isolated flash, urban, and minor river flooding. Mid to late week, heavy rains across south, central, coastal Carolina, and North Carolina may result in isolated flash and urban flooding. Tropical storm conditions and dangerous storm surge are expected to continue across portions of central and western Cuba today. Hurricane conditions also possible south coast this morning. Tropical storm conditions expected in portions of the Florida Keys and southwestern Florida tonight and Tuesday, where tropical storm warning is in effect. We'll get to that in just a moment on a grander scale here. And there is a risk of tropical storm conditions and storm surge impacts to the coast of Georgia and the Carolinas on Wednesday and Thursday. Once again, I wanted to get back to the latest track path here from the National Hurricane Center. Again, it will remain a storm throughout its intensity and lifespan here, even as it gets off of the mid-Atlantic coast states here at 2 a.m. on Friday morning and grazes southern New England, coastal New Jersey, and the Delmarva here with some wind and rain also associated with a cold front coming through. So it's not a good situation. No. Wind speed probabilities over the next 5 days from 2 a.m. this morning and through about 2 a.m. on Saturday. The highest wind speeds here along the coast and definitely off of the Florida coast on the west coast here, and of course over Cuba, South Shore and North Shore here into the Gulf as the storm veers to the north and eventually to the northeast. The arrival time of winds again look to be about the same Monday here, Monday evening across the Florida Straits, Tuesday p.m. in north central Florida and the Panhandle here, and getting into the northern mid-Atlantic here off the Carolina coast Wednesday 8 p.m., Thursday 8 a.m., and then out over the ocean here, southern New England's coastline here by Friday at 8 a.m. There is a flash flood potential here again. These areas here from Charleston to Savannah, Jacksonville, Tallahassee here, Tampa Bay, Miami, Key West, also into Mobile, Alabama here. There is a high concentration of flash flooding risk over the next 3 days. Once again, looking at the rainfall potential, the highest amounts of 4 to 6 inches here on the west coast, just west of Tampa here, all the way down to the Florida Straits, including just about Key West too. 2 to 4 inches here in the darker greens, and the lighter greens between 1 to 2 inches. This is an estimate now. Looking at the peak surge from Swanee River, peak storm surge forecast here all the way down to the Key West and dry Tortugas here, starting out in the Tampa Bay area at about 2 to 4 feet here, getting down to Bonito Beach, the same thing, about 1 to 3, Florida Bay 1 to 2, and to the dry Tortugas at 1 to 2 feet storm surge. I want to get into some of the forecast again just to re-up on this. This is what we're expecting over the next 6 days here, actually the next 10 days. The total amount of QPF here, if we head into Florida, which I think we can do, we're going to see copious amounts of rainfall anywhere from Tampa, just slightly north of Tampa, down to Sarasota and Cape Coral, about 4 inches, 4 to 5 inches of rain. Even on the East Coast, Port St. Lucie, Palm Bay, 1 to 1.5 inches of rain, and multiple inches of rain here as we head into the Panhandle from Mobile into Jacksonville. If we head into Georgia and the Carolinas, this is going to show up. I hope it does. Yeah. Plenty of rainfall still from Valdosta and St. Mary's Parish to Savannah, Charleston, up to Myrtle Beach. Quite a lot of rain coming. And if we moved further up into the Virginias here by the next 10 days, Delaware and Maryland, we're still going to experience several inches of rain. Doesn't look like it's going to be quite as bad as earlier indications. This could be from thunderstorms here. Showers and thunderstorms over the next 10 days for the higher totals here, northwestern New Jersey, the Hudson River Valley, Sussex, Connecticut rather, and this area in here, and probably less so here, but then again, we still have to watch for the exact track and its impacts with the trough and cold front coming through on Thursday and Thursday night for any heavier amounts. This is general precipitation. This is not including convective precipitation. Getting back in our neck of the woods here for today on Monday, July 5th, 2021. Daytime temperatures again in the low to middle 70s to middle 80s with the warmest spots in and around the metro areas as we can see here. Partly to mostly sunny and dry conditions, although it is hazy out there this morning. Quite a change from the last 24 hours. Southeast winds becoming more southerly in the afternoon, about 10 miles an hour. Maybe cool you off a little bit at the beaches. Average high is about 84, average low about 70, and we're not hitting any records for today. And we do have a heat advisory in effect for the area again for today, and this is going to be for Philadelphia, surrounding suburbs in Pennsylvania, and portions of southwestern and central New Jersey, including Trenton, From 11 a.m. this morning until 8 p.m. on Tuesday, hot temperatures, high humidity will cause heat illness and to occur. Dangerous hot conditions may continue into Wednesday as well. And we're looking for temperatures in the heat index values up to 103. Now for New York, again, same kind of thing. Heat index is up to 102. Portions of northeastern New Jersey and southeastern New York from 11 a.m. this morning until 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. Same situation, plenty of liquid, non-alcoholic beverages required. I'll be at the beach, not this week, but obviously today's Monday, but next Monday I'll be at the beach. Yeah, finally. It's taken this long. If you are at the beach today, driving to the beach, or plan on getting to the beach in Sandy Hook today, will be mostly sunny, a high of 78. There is high UVA index between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., so you're going to need to cover up and sunscreen and all that stuff. Low risk of rip currents today, but still never swim near groins, jetties, reefs, or piers, always near lifeguards, and remember to heed the advice of the local beach patrol and flag warning systems. Tomorrow is going to be another mostly sunny day, then a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm in the late afternoon, about 20%. Highs tomorrow even bumped up to 85. Sunny, then a chance of thunderstorms on Wednesday, highs about 84. And of course, Thursday, everything turns downhill from 30 to 60% of shower and thunderstorm activity likely with a high of 81 degrees. Seaside Heights has the same kind of forecast here. Water temperatures are now in the lower 70s, mostly sunny, 80 today, sunny 85 tomorrow, 20% chance of a thunderstorm on Wednesday, sunny then cloudy with a thunderstorm 85, and mostly sunny then chance of thunderstorms on Thursday, 83 degrees. UVI indexes are high wherever you go here. That we're at the top of the season here. Low risk, current risk, but again, you know the story. And it's just gorgeous out there this morning. This is the night after the fireworks for towns that had them. I don't believe they did here, but it's possible somebody somewhere had them down the shore. A lot of towns canceled them this year again. 9:46 in the morning. We're live here at Seaside Heights Boardwalk Cam. Plenty of people on the front lines here of the beaches. The waves coming in nicely. Lots of people on bikes too on the boardwalk here. Here is our, here's our entertainment here in the west. Oh, look at this sunshine and cumulus clouds. It's just a gorgeous morning for those that are waking up now. It's going to be packed here later this afternoon. A lot of people still on vacation this entire week. Next week, I'll be on vacation. We had a lot of fog around the area this morning, some clouds and still some fog in the valleys here this morning. This is going to refresh itself. Temperatures are already rising into the 70s and upper 70s, mid 70s here along the coast. Winds are very light. Nothing has changed there. If we look at the Dakota OBS, well, there's a lot of haze in the atmosphere this morning, and obviously looking over the top here where I am in the Weather Center, we're looking over the top into the New York City skyline, Manhattan, and there's a lot of haze in the atmosphere this morning, so the air quality is not really that good. Dew point temperatures are in the upper 60s and lower 70s. This should probably mix out a little bit this afternoon. Air temperatures are also meeting that, so the high relative humidity values this morning should mix out a little bit this afternoon. And again, looking at the winds, there's not a lot of them. Most areas are calm, and if there is one, it's very slight. That should pick up with the mixing of the sun and the boundary layer this afternoon. High pressure is in control, just a few scattered clouds around 25,000 or 8,000 feet around the area. Other areas are basically just clear. And if we went back into weather data here, let's get to satellite and radar. Let's get to the localized sectors here. And we can do this. Here it is. Here is the latest visible imagery this morning. And there is some cumulus and cirrus cloud here. Mostly sunny skies just about everywhere you go. And low-level water vapor looks good. Plenty of dry sinking air in place. Don't really see anything on composite radar that would be anything. This probably is just ground clutter here. There's no observation stations reporting any kind of precipitation here, so this is just ground clutter here. Maybe a sea breeze front today, let's see. We're trying to hone in with AccuWeather here on the rainfall here. This is Cuba's radar. The international United States here does not have this radar capability, so we want to look at what's going on right now. This morning, plenty of rain coming in and offshore here around the circulation, and plenty of rain over Cuba as well. Once again, back home again in the New Jersey, New York, I-95, Philadelphia, DELMARVA area here. Temperatures anywhere from the mid to the upper 80s. Across the interior here, mid 80s right along the coast. We'll see if the sea breeze front kicks in. Tomorrow gets hot in here. There's no records though. I've checked that, but tomorrow is going to be hot. It's going to be in the mid 90s, upper 90s in the Newark corridor. Also around the Philadelphia I-95 corridor into Chesapeake area here. Yeah, it's going to be hot. Wednesday, no change, mid-90s. And even some downslope flow here could occur right along the coast. So interior sections of Long Island could get hot into the upper 80s to around 90. Meanwhile, the immediate shore points could be a little bit cooler, but still temperatures could approach 90 degrees in many coastal areas here in Monmouth and Ocean County too, tapering down a little bit as you get further south. Thursday, again, showers and thunderstorms are going to be building in from the west, and whatever happens with our tropical storm Elsa here, temperatures are still going to be hot, still going to be humid. So, make sure those air conditioners are pumping. Friday, back into the 80s again. Not a lot of change here in the forecast as we head into Saturday and Sunday of next week. It's going to be typical summertime weather. Now you're probably wondering if this is normal or not. And I want to get back here and see if we can do this. Well, today's temperatures, again, are going to be about a couple of degrees above normal as you head towards the northwest. But as you head in towards the coast and everybody else, just a couple of degrees either side of normal. Tomorrow, that's a different story. Temperatures 11, 12 degrees above normal in most areas. The same kind of situation on Wednesday. Well above normal temperatures for this time of the year. Above normal on Thursday, too, even with precipitation. And above normal on Friday. Most areas near or above normal until we head into the weekend, too. Typical summer weather. Taking a look at the HRR model guidance from 12Z this morning. It's not a lot going on today, so it's going to be a fabulous end to a long holiday weekend for some. Not all of us have that weekend, but some of us do. Not me. Maybe you. Anyway, on the northwest flow, coming in tomorrow, on Tuesday, there could be some showers and thunderstorms here across southeastern New York, the lower Hudson River Valley area. This looks a little squally to me. They'll drop down south. They'll be isolated to scattered, but they could produce heavy downpours. So if you wanted to take a look at the total precipitation that's coming in, should be coming in. Yeah. These areas can pick up a quarter, half-inch of rain in any of the shower and thunderstorm activity. Mainly this would be on Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. Here is a better look at Elsa this morning. Look at the convection over the top here. And the thunderstorms over the top of the center here and over to the northeast and east as it's passing in, getting close to passing into Cuba. There's a large high-pressure ridge, and look at this outflow boundary. We can see the bands of moisture in the lower levels of the atmosphere in water vapor channel beginning to pick up already across southeastern Florida and the Florida Straits here into the dry Tortugas and Key West as well. High pressure over the top just to the west, so this storm has to veer more towards the north and eventually the northeast is being blocked up. Let's see if we can get into the continental sectors here and show you the United States here. And it looks good. Lots of dry air in place here. Here's the short wave that we're worried about for Tuesday because over the top of this ridge here, we have an upper level low here. And then high pressure building in over the top of us right now. And also, we have this complex building over the top of the Central Plains Ridge and the Desert Southwest Ridge. So notice these showers and thunderstorms through Texas this morning. They're billowing up already. Notice these showers here over the Michigan area and also the Great Lakes area. This is going to drop southeast through our area in spots tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening with some shower and thunderstorm activity. National high temperatures for this Monday, the 5th of July. The heat continues in the west, and basically anywhere you go here across the country, it's hot. Maybe excepting northern New England, but it's hot. Tomorrow's max temperatures on Tuesday, again, same situation, even getting hotter here from the Central Plains into the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast regions as well. Typical summer weather, if you ask me. Same story here, again, on Wednesday. Not much of a change. On Thursday, things cool down a little bit because we have showers and thunderstorms across the northern plains and into the east coast here in the polar jet. But the heat just continues in the Midwest and desert Southwest, including California. It's just incredibly dry and dangerous conditions out there. Friday, same thing. There is no relentless of the heat here in the desert Southwest and California and the mountains here. And just a little bit here in the northeastern United States, but still it's hot. Basically anywhere you go, and max temperatures here on Saturday, not much of a change. There's a little bit of coolness here across the northern tier into New England, but that's going to rebound too. We already see this happening here across the Central Plains into the East Coast as well. And of course the West Coast, the desert Southwest, and the High Plains here, there's no break in sight. Finally, as we get into next Sunday, again, the same situation. Temperatures heating up again across the eastern United States, and across the west, it is just hot. Finally, this morning, I wanted to look at the 500 millibar height relative vorticity off of the high-resolution European model guidance across the continental United States. Here's our upper level low here, finally lifting out of the area here over the Atlantic. Look at the heat ridge here. This is all high heat and a heat ridge in here. We've got things going on in the polar stream here, and as we head into Thursday, this looks interesting because the polar jet is still very active here. Okay, it is, and there's a lot of vorticity maximums here, vorticity around the Great Lakes, meeting up with this, which is still positively tilted, and that is Elsa right here. And if we move this forward, again, because the flow in the jet is so pronounced here, in the polar jet here, Elsa is neutral to positively tilted and heads off of the Virginia coast and then out to sea. That's the latest guidance now. And again, two streams of flow here, polar, subtropical. And there's lots of things going on in the polar jet here. Here's our heat ridge backing back into the west coast once again. As other short waves dig into this, this looks interesting. This could be some kind of tropical storm or something forming here around the Texas-Mexico panhandle here. It's going to be something that we're going to have to keep an eye on too, as well. We'll get into that in just a moment and see if any of the National Hurricane Center forecasters are looking at this. But this all looks very interesting to me, including this heat ridge once again.